Hello and welcome to the course. I'm your instructor, Francesca Hepton, and I wanted to go through the why and the how and the structure of the course before you launch into the 10 modules and then the further activities. So the why, I wanted to help you give children a positive start in life. I'm a mother. My children are now no longer children, they're in their 20s. I'm also an avid fan of martial arts and the whole discipline of that, although there is no kung fu fighting in this course. And I wanted to help you give them some life skills, some building blocks to help them become happier, healthier, and eventually enrich their lives. That's the aim of the course. That's the why behind the course. The how is the 10 life skills that will inspire them and enable them and empower them to want and to achieve more, to learn more, become more, and experience more. It's about personal development, personal discovery, and increased self-awareness. And the 10 life skills, well, without further ado, here they are. Courtesy, self-control, courage, respect, honesty, commitment, gratitude, self-discipline, goal setting, and persistence. In teaching these, it's a huge, vast array of concepts, new terms, and so forth. So I am giving you outlines in each course. I am talking in general terms. And of course, if you want to dive into any of the modules or life skills in greater detail, I'm happy to make more courses or to talk to you on a one-to-one basis if you message me. So how the course works, it's divided into these 10 modules. There will be explanations with words and examples that are at the level of a child's understanding that you can then impart to them. There's then some examples by way of opposites of what it is to have self-discipline, for example, and then not having self-discipline. There are examples of how to use the self-discipline at home and at school, the benefits, of course, of each life skill. So all of that is always covered in every single module, plus 2 exercises that you can then use from what you've learned to then explain and empower the children to practice these life skills. I've described the exercises in the modules for you, but also provided them in a PDF, an exercise PDF. It's not exercise PDF, but exercises that you will do writing down. There's usually 2, maybe a bonus one in there as well for each module. So try those out after watching the videos. The videos give you the outline. There's also a transcript for every single module, which goes into further detail. Also, the exercise book goes over what the module does, but gives a different take sometimes. So there's lots of things for you to look at and a structured system and approach, which is step by step through each of the life skills. You see how to explain it, how to spot somebody who does have it, how to spot somebody who doesn't have that particular life skill, some benefits, how to use it, and then the exercises for you to implement. Then, of course, there is always extra. You always have to have extra these days. So the extra is for their children to explore some of these key life skills through stories. And of course, I had to use my own stories. I have included Kiki and Friends books. There's the storybook, and then there is the chapter book, Case of Mistaken Identity, which is the first in the series of adventures that Kiki and Friends go on. And of course, they can go on all the adventures with Kiki and Friends and see them enacting all the life skills of being honest and what happens when they're honest and how the truth sets them free, or if when they're dishonest, they really kind of get tangled up. And then we can find how Kiki uses compassion and understanding and empathy and all these different life skills that we are teaching them through the course. The books are there to give children a different style of learning through fun, learning through storytelling, so they can put themselves in the shoes of the characters. There are lots of characters in the books. There are other activities for them to do based on the stories, craft activities. It will be evident. You just download the PDFs and you can make little plates with them. And it's all about instilling the life skills in indirect, fun ways for the children. And finally, if you want to go just that little bit further, which we always want our children to stretch a little bit further than just doing the bare minimum, there is a personal advancement section, which maybe you would like to try yourself. Personal advancement section lists different things the child can do at home and at school under your surveillance, under your monitoring, or maybe you're a parent, so you can contact a teacher and ask them to do this with you, or simply just do it at home, whatever's easiest for you. And once they've completed those tasks that are assigned to them, they're all age appropriate. They then get their little certificate of achievement. Of course, we don't want to over-reward children. We want them to find that they have this sense of gratification simply for completing things themselves. However, a little achievement certificate at the end is a nice little way of putting a laurel wreath around their accomplishment. At the end of every module, when you do the exercises, I do encourage you to sign it with the child. It gives them that greater sense of connection with the whole process of learning, makes them feel part of the journey. I do encourage you to let them think as much as possible, work things through, not rush any of this. Go to the first module, go through each life skill in order. Why not? Although not necessarily, doesn't have to be. However, then at least you can be consistent and persistent as one of the last life skill, and complete all of the exercises with the children in your own good time. It does actually cover 10 to 13 weeks, which is great. Just happens to fall into exactly how long a term is at school. If you need more, I am here for you. Otherwise, go off, learn, understand, share, and be grateful.